Take a look at this, the kiwi fruit. Fuzzy on the outside, bright neon green on the inside, and absolutely delicious. If I asked you where it comes from, you'd probably say New Zealand, right? I mean, it's literally named after the country's national bird. But what if I told you that this fruit has absolutely nothing to do with New Zealand originally? In fact, its journey from the wild vines of Asia to your local supermarket involves international smuggling, Cold War politics, and one of the greatest marketing pivots in modern history. Today, we're peeling back the fuzzy skin to discover exactly how the kiwi got its name, right here on Simple Things Surprising Histories. Our story actually begins in ancient China, specifically in the Yangtze River Valley. For centuries, this fruit grew wild there. The locals called it yangtao, or macaque peach, simply because wild monkeys absolutely love to eat it. It wasn't until 1904 that the fruit left its native home. A New Zealand school principal named Mary Isabel Fraser was visiting mission schools in China. She tasted the fruit, loved its sweet and tart flavor, and brought a handful of seeds back home to New Zealand. A local nurseryman planted those seeds, and by 1910 they had their first successful harvest. Because the fruit had a tangy flavor that reminded British settlers of gooseberries, they gave it its very first English name, the Chinese gooseberry, and for decades, that's exactly what it was called. Fast forward to the 1950s, the New Zealand agricultural industry realized they had a hit on their hands. They wanted to export the Chinese gooseberry to a massive new market, the United States. But they immediately hit a brick wall. Two of them, actually. First, it was the height of the Cold War. Anything with the word Chinese attached to it was deeply unpopular in America. The name was a marketing nightmare. Second, there was a financial problem. The fruit was being imported as a berry, and the U.S. government had extremely high import taxes on berries. To avoid the tax and the political stigma, a New Zealand export company called Turners and Growers decided to rebrand the fruit entirely. Their first idea, they called it a melonet. But wait, the U.S. also heavily taxed melons. The name melonet was dropped almost as quickly as it was invented. They desperately needed a name that was politically neutral, untaxed, and uniquely theirs. In June 1959, the executives at Turners and Growers sat down for a brainstorming session. That's when Jack Turner, a manager at the company, looked at the fruit and made a brilliant connection. It was small, round, fuzzy, and brown. It looked exactly like New Zealand's native flightless bird, the kiwi. The bird was already a beloved national symbol, and New Zealanders themselves were proudly known as Kiwis. By renaming the fruit kiwi fruit, they achieved three things at once. They dodged the steep U.S. berry and melon tariffs, they completely removed the Cold War stigma, and they forever tied this exotic Chinese fruit to the identity of New Zealand. The name was adopted globally, and the rest is grocery store history. So, the next time you slice into a fresh, vibrant kiwi, remember, you're not just eating a fruit, you're enjoying an ancient macaque peach saved by a school teacher and rebranded by a clever businessman to dodge taxes. If you enjoyed peeling back the layers of this story, please hit that like button, share this video with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to Simple Things Surprising Histories for more fascinating truths hidden in plain sight. See you next time.